on internal power now.
Complete. It's been almost 9 years since we've been in this position. A lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point. 9 years since we've been in this position. All our eyes focused on a lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point. All our eyes focused on 2 now.
Stage 2 lock float is closed out. Propellant fills are complete. Stage 2 lock float is closed out. Propellant fills are complete.
Stage 2 lock float complete. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9. Stage 1 minute 34 seconds to go till launch. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9. 1 minute 34 seconds to go till launch.
Ground gas closeouts is starting.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Dragon is in countdown.
FTS is armed for launch. Falcon 9 is in startup.
Dragon is in countdown.
Under a minute now.
FTS is armed for launch.
The termination system has been armed. Under a minute now. The
Dragon,
FTS,
SpaceX,
the flight termination
go for launch.
system has been armed.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
Go for launch. Let's light this candle. SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
10. T-minus 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 10, 4, 9, 3, 8, 2, 7, 1, 6, 0, 5, 4. Liftoff. 3. Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed. Bottom Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed. Bottom dog.
So rises a new era of American space flight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation. So rises a new era of American space flight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
T plus 30 seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9 into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9 and look at them go.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. Reports say all systems are go. Reports say all systems are go. We've exceeded Mach 1 on the Falcon 9.
Vehicle is supersonic.
We've exceeded Mach 1 on the Falcon 9. We're throttling back up to full power as we're through max Q.
Copy 1 Bravo.
We're throttling back up to full power as we're through max Q.
We heard that 1 Bravo call out. That's just the second aboard zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this. We heard that 1 Bravo call out. That's just the second aboard zone that they're in. At this point, to be on this. Bob and Doug pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity. At this point, already Bob and Doug pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity.
We've heard the call out for MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 for MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about next 2:44 into flight. Coming up, right now everything continuing to look good. We'll have main engine cut off of the 9 first stage engines. Coming up, stage separation. It's going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cut off of the 9 first stage engines to carry stage separation astronauts into orbit, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into 20 seconds.
M1D throttle down.
Coming up in about 20 seconds.
M1D throttle down.
We heard we're throttling down the Merlin engines on the first stage. We heard we're throttling down the Merlin engines on the first stage. And we have MECO.
MECO.
2 Alpha.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
And we have MECO.
Copy 2
MECO.
Alpha.
2 Alpha.
Falcon, stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition. MVAC ignition.
All right, we have stage separation confirmed. The first stage beginning its flight back. The second stage being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has ignited flight back. And the second stage being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has ignited. So they're going to continue under the power of this second stage.
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
And dug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of second engine.
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
44 seconds into today's flight. Cut off at SECO or second engine cut off on this 8 minutes and 44 seconds. You heard the call out 2 Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up 2 Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way looking good though, getting good call outs, nominal almost propulsion on that second stage. Things looking good though, getting good call outs, nominal propulsion on that second stage. Bob and Doug continuing to make their way into orbit.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
Acquisition of signal in
Dragon
Bermuda.
SpaceX, nominal
Dragon,
trajectory.
nominal trajectory.
Acquisition of signal in Bermuda.
SpaceX Dragon, nominal
All right, here in
trajectory.
nominal trajectory, so Dragon pointed in the right direction, continuing to make their flight uphill. Right, here in nominal trajectory, so Dragon pointed in the right direction, continuing to make their flight uphill. And data back acquisition of signal Bermuda, that's one of the other ground stations that they're using to get telemetry and data back from this spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
A little over 4 minutes, 40 seconds into the flight. Bob and Doug flying at more than 5,600 miles per
Dragon
minute, 40
SpaceX, nominal
seconds into the
trajectory.
flight. Bob and Doug already almost 200 miles downrange
Dragon
from
SpaceX, nominal
Kennedy Space
trajectory.
Center. Nominal trajectory. Already almost 200 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Nominal trajectory. Continuing. And while they continue uphill, looks like we are getting a view of the first stage as well.
Yep, on your right screen, you can see that first stage with the grid fins deployed. It's making its way back to attempt to land on our drone ship. Of course, I still love you today. It's making its way back to attempt to land on a couple minutes away from the entry burn, and that's where just about a couple minutes away from ignite the entry burn, and that's where down as it re-enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And then after the entry burn will be the landing burn, which is just a single engine. And then after the entry burn will be the landing burn, which is just a single engine.
Starting SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
There's that call out. They are still on a nominal trajectory on Dragon.
Starting chill for entry burn.
Still on second stage. Still on a nominal trajectory on second stage on your left screen. Still on second stage, and that's that MVAC engine on second stage on your left screen. Again, on your right screen is that first stage booster coming back towards our drone ship. Again, on your right screen is that first stage minute away coming back entry burn towards our drone ship. Of course, I still love you. We're about a minute away from entry burn.
Continuing to power Dragon into orbit. Again, if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until power Dragon 44 seconds into flight. And if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until 8 minutes and 44 seconds into flight.
Stage 2 propulsion is still good.
2 minutes from now, a little over 3 minutes. SECO until Dragon physically
separates Stage 2 propulsion is still good.
Falcon 9. A little over 3 minutes.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
Physically separates from the second stage of the Falcon 9.
Dragon
SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
Continuing to check in with Bob and Doug as they are on a nominal trajectory. Continuing to check in with Bob just about and 10 Doug seconds away from that first stage nominal trajectory. Starting that entry burn on your right screen. We just about 10 seconds away from that first stage. Starting that entry burn on your right screen. We should be able to see that view live.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there is that entry burn beginning. And there is that entry burn beginning long.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Well, that entry burn continues. We're just about a minute away from Seco. We'll have a number of events all happen. That entry burn in rapid succession. We're just about a minute away from Seco. We'll have a number of events all happen. We'll be looking for rapid succession. Stage 1 landing burn shortly after second engine cutoff.
Stage 1
we'll be looking for that stage 1 landing burn shortly after.
Such a cool view on your left screen, seeing Bob and Doug on Dragon. Such a now you can see the view on your left screen right now. Seeing Bob and Doug on Dragon. Right now you can see the displays that they are seeing right now themselves.
Terminal guidance.
We are coming up 25 seconds or so away from Seco, or second engine cutoff. We are coming up 25 seconds or so away from Seco, or second engine cutoff.
Highest G-force. We're seeing the counter tick up to right about 1.8. Bob and Doug are experiencing their highest G-force. We're seeing the counter tick up to right about 1.8 if they were to abort at this point. But either be in Shannon, so that just means they're in the final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, standing by for second abort to land off the coast of Ireland. Standing by for second confirmation.
And back throttle step.
Confirmation of Seco second engine cutoff.
We are waiting for our first stage to make its way to our drone ship. Of course, I still love you. Now we are waiting for our first stage to make its way to our drone ship. Of course, I still love you. What you're seeing on your screen is a live view of our drone ship, where our first stage will be coming down. What you're seeing on your screen is a live view of our drone ship. Looks like we lost that live view. Our first stage will be coming down. Wait for confirmation of that landing shortly here. Looks like we lost that live view. And there you can see on your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. And there you can see on your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. So very exciting for us. This is the first Falcon 9 to carry. And as you can see on your right screen, Bob and Doug are still making their way to their as you can see on your right screen, Bob and Doug are still making their way to their targeted orbit.
It doesn't stop.
It does not stop. So exciting today.
We did hear again that call out good orbital insertion, so that means
it does not stop.
Falcon 9 and Dragon right now exactly where they're good orbital insertion, so that means
and we need a FRC
Falcon 9 and Dragon right now exactly where they're supposed to be. Dragon will separate.
And we need a FRC on recovery 1.
Looks like we saw a 0G indicator floating around. Dragon will separate us. A little bit about what exactly 0G indicator floating around there. I know Bob and Doug owe us a little bit about what exactly that is that they brought up with them.
And before separation, before Dragon initiates separation from the second stage, they do make sure. And before separation, before they do ensure that the vehicle is not spinning and it is in good condition before we separate. They do ensure that the vehicle is not spinning and it is in good condition before we separate.
Gas thrusters built into the rocket body itself. Small attitude maneuver using cold gas thrusters built into the rocket body itself.
So we do expect that separation to occur in about a minute from now, but they do wait until they have full confirmation that it is ready to separate. They do wait until they have full confirmation that it is ready to separate. Such cool views. I cannot get over this view that we are seeing right now. Bob and Doug on the right screen. I cannot get over this Dragon that we are seeing right now. Space. Bob and Doug on the right screen inside of Crew Dragon out in space.
A little over 124 miles. Traveling 200 kilometers over planet Earth, 2,700 meters, a little over 124 miles per second, traveling in excess about 16,000 miles per hour, 27,000 meters per second, or about 16,000 miles per hour. Again, we're just standing by. That separation event should be coming up shortly. Then they'll begin a series of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used event should be coming up shortly. Power Dragon will begin a series of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used to standing by for separation. Power Dragon on its flight to the International Space Station. Standing by for separation. Sounds like we had
expected loss of signal, wallops.
It sounds like we had an expected LOS loss of signal with one of the ground stations. Waiting for confirmation now of that.
Dragon separation confirmed.
Dragon separation confirmed.
There is a great view right in front of you of Dragon separating.
Separation confirmed.
And there's that call out. Dragon is now officially making its way to the International Space Station today.
Dragon SpaceX with that separation call. We have a few words for you from our Falcon 19.
Standing by.
Dragon, Chief Engineer on Dragon to ground. Bob Doug, on behalf of the entire launch team, thanks for flying with Falcon 9 today. We hope you enjoyed the ride and wish you a great mission.
Thanks, Bala. Congratulations to you and the F9 team for the first human ride for Falcon 9, and it was incredible. Appreciate all the hard work, and thanks for the great ride to space.
Copy all.
Oh, and Mike, proud of you guys and the rest of the team. Thank you so much for what you've done for us today, putting America back into low Earth orbit from the Florida coast.
Copy all. Good luck. Godspeed.
All right, so Bob and Doug are in
and Dragon
space.
Space X, we confirm nominal ECLS activation and service section Draco checkouts. Nose cone deploys in progress.
Copy all. We're monitoring.
The Corps here in Hawthorne giving the crew a heads up that we have confirmation the nose cone is deploying. So again, that nose cone is going to open up a little bit more than 90 degrees, goes up to about, I think, 105 degrees, and that's going to expose the actual docking ring and the hatch that they're going to be going through once they attach to the International Space Station, and also 4 of those Draco thrusters, we call them the forward bulkhead thrusters, that are going to be used for these major phase burns or firings of those thrusters to actually raise their orbit gradually over the coming hours. Also heard good activation of the ECLS, that's the Environmental Control and Life Support System. That's everything controlling their atmosphere, just keeping Dragon a nice, safe, habitable environment where they're going to be living for the next 19 hours until they arrive at the space station.
Right, exactly. And Falcon 9's job may be done for today, but the mission is not over. Crew Dragon's job is not done. As you can see, Bob and Doug are still inside Crew Dragon, making their way. It will be a 19-hour trip to the International Space Station before they dock tomorrow morning. And such cool views. I love that we can get these live views here and see and watch what they're doing now that they are in orbit.
Yeah, it's incredible to just be looking over their shoulder, to be along for the ride. And we're going to be with them, and we're going to be with all of you the entire way for their journey to the space station. We're going to be covering live throughout. Bob and Doug will obviously have a sleep period where they'll get about 8 hours of sleep a little bit later today before they wake up for all of their final approach. One of the major things we are looking forward to in the next couple of hours is going to be their first turn at the controls. So they're actually going to be using those touchscreen displays to take control and manually pilot Dragon. We'll walk you through what that's going to look like, and assuming we have some good ground station coverage, we'll be able to get views from right inside Dragon, looking over their shoulder as they manipulate the controls at the display. But, I mean, we had a smooth ride uphill, both stages of the Falcon 9 doing their job, placing Bob and Doug into orbit. I mean, this is a day, this is a historical day. This is us kicking off that new era of spaceflight that we've all been talking about and longing for since the Space Shuttle program came to an end in 2011.
Yes.
And the weather cooperated.
Yes. Second time's a charm.
Right.
All right, so day for the history books. As you can see, we have lost some live signal there, but the mission still continues, and we're going to send it over to KSC to continue broadcasting live with you.
Loss of signal in Newfoundland.
Yeah, Jesse and Dan, we are just in awe over here. When I woke up this morning and looked at the weather forecast, I was like, man, we're going to be back here on Sunday, but we did it. The room cleared out. Everybody was outside watching, and inside the lights were shaking, the cameras were shaking. Lauren came back in with tears in her eyes. This is really amazing.
I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes. This is, I'm a little bit speechless. Just so grateful that we got them up there, and there's a lot more to go, but I'm so happy they're safe right now. I'm just so happy.
Yeah. Leland, you were talking about it. It's amazing what we can do when we work together.
Yes, American astronauts on an American rocket from American soil, showing you what Americans can do